YouTube, what's good? It's your boy, Paulus Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead. Hit doggone subscribe button. Hit notification bell every time I post up new content. Hey, first and foremost, shout out to my good friend that actually really told me about this. So you know how the Crazy Uncle do things. I gotta go check shit out myself. Hold on, let me handle this. All right, so apparently, because I saw this, right, and I was just like, okay, this is it's rather interesting scientifically, right? And so I'm just like, hold on, I'm trying to do shit here. So here's the deal, people. For those of y'all that still got y'all parents, right? And then they kind of up there in age, right? You need to have better security for your parents, right? Whether you put them up somewhere, right, where they won't get fucked with, or you actually like really bring them home with you, right? And then even then still have security, right? And so they're like saying, I'm still somewhat in the dark on this, so we're gonna let this play. Let's see what happens.
Everywhere. We had a lot of developments overnight, so we want to make sure that you're in the know. Authorities are now 11 days into the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie. It is a situation that has now affected other parts of Arizona. According to the New York Times, last night, investigators looking into Nancy's disappearance, they detained and released a man who they were able to catch up with at Rio Rico.
Okay, which is about an hour drive south of Tucson. This map kind of giving you the lay of the land here. All of this happening overnight near I-19 and Camino Augusto. Our David Chazanoff, he's joining us right now live near where this home is, where detectives, they had a search warrant, we presume. They were out there. David, have officials said...
Okay, so question, right? So they said the man detained. So they had somebody. Then they released him, right? Okay, so red flag number one right there. So let's go.
Anything about why they questioned this man?
Allison, Emma, good morning. Well, they haven't said much, though what they did confirm to us is that they are finished with looking over that property over on the street right behind me, adding that the search for 84-year-old Nancy Guthrie continues this morning. I can't even imagine how the Guthrie family feels during this situation. Now, actually, a couple of hours ago, we heard from Carlos. He was the man who was questioned.
I didn't do anything, to be honest. I'm innocent.
And you don't even know who the lady is? Do you know who?
Okay, so now here's the deal. All right, y'all pay attention to this.
Savannah Guthrie is?
No. Nothing. I don't follow the news.
Right.
I don't watch.
You don't watch the.
Good for you, right? If he don't say nothing else good out of there, just for some fact, they say, hey, look, I don't keep up with the news because he know y'all bullshit. Y'all tell him bullshit story. So yeah, let's go.
Today show.
No.
So this was a complete shock.
It was.
Yeah, certainly. So you're now seeing how it appears this all started. So last night, Pima County deputies detained that man, Carlos, who you just heard from there, during a traffic stop here in Rio Rico to ask him about the ongoing Nancy Guthrie investigation. We saw multiple agencies searching a silver Nissan Rogue, though officials have not confirmed if the area had any connection whatsoever to why the traffic stop happened. Down the street from that traffic stop, we know the Pima County Sheriff's Department and the FBI had a search warrant to go inside a home and look for Nancy right next to where we are. Now, Carlos's mother-in-law says investigators broke her door, and they also showed her pictures and videos from Nancy Guthrie's doorbell camera, asking her if it was Carlos. She said no, and that she didn't know much about Nancy. Josephina Maddox, Carlos's mother-in-law, says she had nothing to hide.
They gave a tip that she was in my house, and I told them, you can go in and search my house. There's nobody there. I have nothing to hide. There's nobody in my house, and I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, certainly a scary situation here, but Carlos also admits that he didn't know much to anything about Nancy Guthrie, though he says that he hopes she is found safe. And also, as for this ongoing investigation, he told reporters that
now, probably this. Again, this is brand new to me, just like it's brand new to y'all. Well, let's just say that it's brand new to the crazy uncle. You know, I saw this. I mean, but for the most part, I really didn't think nothing of it until my friend told me, "Hey, look, you know, do a story on this." And the only reason why I'm dragging this out because, I mean, I got another clip ready, right? But you know, I want to see if they're gonna show me footage.
he hopes investigators find the suspect responsible, as he says he is not a suspect. We're in Rio Rico. David Chasnoff, 12 News Today.
David, before we let you go, is that the house just right there behind you?
It is a couple of houses down. We just
got
wanted
it.
to kind of be respectful to the homeowner, but certainly we'll be checking in with them in a couple of hours or so.
Yeah, I mean, it's so much happened overnight. I mean, from being pulled over and then searching the home, and it just looks like back to a quiet little neighborhood right behind you.
Yeah, definitely. It seems like they're all going to be trying to wrap their minds around what happened.
So what? So I mean, I get it, you know, but yeah, just because it's a nice neighborhood don't mean that can't nobody actually really get snatched up. Matter of fact, right? And no, I'm not insinuating anything, right? You know, but if somebody actually really want to snatch a kid up, yeah, I mean, it's neighborhoods like that, and the neighborhood that I stay in, right? You know, fine, you know, it's like, you know, it's prime neighborhoods, right? You know, because for one, it's quiet, right? Two, everybody pretty much know everybody in the neighborhood, right? You know, and I know most people, they got camera phones and all that kind of stuff, right? You know, but again, right, you know, I truly honestly believe that a lot of these parents, so-called parents, right, you know, y'all motherfuckers actually really don't look after your kids like you should. Rain camera or not, y'all don't look after your kids the way that you should. If your kids gonna be outside, make sure you got your regular ass outside with them. Same thing with the elderly, right? Mom and Papa want to sit outside. Guess what? You carry your ass outside with them, right? Or at least put them back there on the back patio, right? You don't put them somewhere where you feel like, okay, well, you know, we're going to go sit outside, but at the same time, you want to have it where that, okay, they don't get out. And then you don't know where the hell they're at because you too busy worried about what the fuck is going on in your house. So again, let me see.
Over the last 12 hours. Thanks, David.
So just a few hours before authorities detained the man in Rio Rico, the FBI released several photos and then a video of the man they believe is involved in Nancy's abduction. You are seeing it all over social media, and for good reason. They're hoping by putting these out there, we can get closer to a suspect.
And it sounds like they are starting to get some tips in. Justin Pizzera live in Tucson this morning, just outside of Nancy's home where the search is really intensifying. I mean, Justin, some of those neighbors pretty shocked to see those videos, those photos of that man walking in front of the archway. I mean, it's very menacing to see that person.
Yeah, you know, it is a little chilling to know that man was just right here. And I think that's what neighbors are also trying to wrap there. It was a lost cause because the sheriff's office has all along said that Nancy didn't have a subscription.
Here's the deal. Hold on. We don't need to see his face. But, you know, I'm trying to figure out, you know,
was involved in this abduction here. And it seemed like this was a lost cause because the sheriff's office has.
So, again, right, this guy clearly got a mask on, right? And so how y'all go from this to the dude that they interviewed, right? Unless this
all along said that Nancy.
Unless this guy actually really took his mask off and said, ha ha, right? You know, you coming to kidnap somebody. Why in the hell when you do why would you give yourself away? Is what I'm actually really trying to say, right? Okay, I've seen enough. I've seen enough for this, right? So we're gonna go back. So again, I'm just like, you know, so what you know, I'm just like, okay, what the fuck going on here? What we doing? What are we doing and why are we doing? Plain and simple. That's the $64,000 question. What are we doing and why are we doing it? Right? And so after seeing what the fuck I just seen, right? And then considering who her daughter is. Daughter big time news anchor. And then if you actually really look down in the description, I actually really give my thoughts, right? And if these bastards want to come after me, then hey, because of how the fuck I think about the situation, bring y'all asses on. Crazy Uncle ready for you. Right? I'll tell you what the fuck happened. Or this is how I see what's gonna happen, because 9 times out of 10, right? Yeah, somebody gonna go to jail, but it's not who the fuck you think going to jail. Right? Probably gonna be that goddamn anchor woman. Or whoever else that's involved in that circle. One of them gonna get fired, and one of them, if not all of them, are actually really going to jail. I mean, because my thing is this, right? What good is kidnapping an 84-year-old actually really gonna do for you? Right? Depending on what type of physical condition is he in, right? Probably would have had a heart attack right there on the spot. So whatever type of money that you thought that you were gonna get, guess what? You ain't finna get. Right? And then it's just for the simple fact, right? Anybody that for the most part is actually really gonna kidnap somebody, right? 9 times out of 10, these people then studied you. They already know what your habits are, when you leave, when you coming back, all that shit. All that shit is actually really gonna come into play, right? And then it's just for the simple fact once, and then it's not just that house; it's with all the other houses that are there. But then again, here's the deal, right? People think just because it's a nice neighborhood, okay, ain't nobody gonna get fucked with, right? And then just because it's a nice neighborhood, right? You get led into that false sense of security. that, hey, guess what? Can't nothing happen to you. Can't nothing happen to your family, whether they elderly or whether they young ones, right? Ain't nothing gonna happen because the neighborhood is too motherfucking nice. That's what the fuck you actually really need to be looking out for, right? It's just for the simple fact, right? I'm just looking at the simple fact, okay, y'all motherfuckers are damn good to actually really just look at a body description. And this motherfucker got a mask on. Oh, that's so-and-so, so-and-so. Right? Now me, do you actually put like this? If I was the, because look, crazy uncle don't fuck with nobody. Okay? And then even if I did, right, it would be a rather fucked up decision on my part, depending on, look at me. I'm bald headed. I got a gray beard. I'm always gonna have a shirt on, something of this nature. My arms gonna be out. Put like this. I listen, I got too much going on for me to actually really do anything. Right? This shit here, this tattoo here, and this tattoo here, and then this right here, right? I feel like this. I couldn't do no motherfucking crime even if I wanted to. Because even if I was to shave off my beard, just shave off everything, what the fuck I'm gonna do with the tattoo? What the fuck I'm gonna do? Put a wig on? Right? I mean, again, and then this motherfucker, he was fully clothed. So I'm trying to figure out, okay, how y'all get that man and this motherfucker, he got a mask on and everything. Right? I mean, look, shit, make this shit make sense. Because my whole deal is this. It's just like what I told y'all earlier. I don't put nothing past no motherfucker. It wouldn't surprise me none. It really wouldn't surprise me none. If the daughter got something to do with her mama's own kidnapping. Even if she's even kidnapped. Right? Now, good fact, I didn't watch all of it. So in a sense, I'm coming at this half-assed, but I'm just like, okay. And I'm pretty sure, it's been some ransom notes. Hey, look, we need X amount of dollars, this, that, and the third, right? But my whole deal is self-awareness and the protection of your family, regardless of age. That shit did not happen. Right? You were led into a false sense of security. And then just for the simple fact, right, look, people, anybody would say anything to actually really make a news headline. I can go out there right now and tell you I fucked 5 cows, right? But hell, for those y'all that know where I stay, ain't no cow, no goddamn way, right? I just put like this. I said that to, just to, for a prime example, right? Just like this shit what I told y'all earlier. Ain't no way in hell somebody didn't text somebody 159 times, 159,000 times, or 149,000 times. And if you did, let me see every motherfucking text. I won't see all 149 or 159 or whatever the fuck I'm in there. Let me see that shit. What the fuck was you talking? And then why you didn't call the motherfucker? Right? I mean, they're like little y'all like no bullshit. Y'all actually really need to really stop and think about what the fuck it is that y'all actually really believe in and what your fuck y'all watching on TV. Y'all need to be like old boy. Old boys, y'all don't watch the news. And I don't watch the news. Cause I already know it's gonna be some bull. I already know it's gonna be some bullshit people. Like really. Right? And then here's the deal, people. Nicki Minaj up in the air again. I mean, for y'all, if y'all want to call her a sellout, fine. But she was already that before she met Trump. Right? If y'all actually really want to stop and look at it for that matter. And then everybody that's actually really talking about a DL, download, right? You sell out too, motherfucker. You was a set. Yeah, I mean, come on now. You in the goddamn music. You in the industry. You never was that motherfucking funny. Like, no bullshit. So I it's and then and what's so bad about it, right? And for those of y'all that actually really want to call yourselves, actually really want to try to make it into this bullshit business, right? Don't you know that everything that you some bitches do, they do the exact same thing as y'all. It's just that the money, the money is a hell of a lot higher than what the fuck that y'all can actually really spend. But it's still the same shit, right? A motherfucking freak party is a freak party, right? They actually really doing it with people that everybody knows, and then you doing it with people that everybody in the neighborhood or the city know, right? So what's the damn difference? Right? Little Kiki or Pookie or whatever, anybody, they got they got the fat ass and just know that them some bitches ain't washed that some bitch, right? And just note that the twerk air is gonna be like something furious. And just know that they 3 little rug rats is gonna be there. So they out there spreading that motherfucking community pussy air, right? As if it was a motherfucking public bathroom, right? But you motherfuckers still hit though. Just like the so again, right? I mean, I get it. Y'all want to put like this. Y'all just feel like that y'all gotta say something, right? Well, go ahead and say something, right? But guess what? I can go in certain parts of North Little Rock, right? Little Rock, North Little Rock, Jacksonville, Sherwood, Dixie, McHammer, right? Just know. I mean, take your pick. And for those y'all that's here right here in North Little Rock, in the Little Rock, North Little Rock, Sherwood area, y'all already know what the fuck I'm talking about, right? You got the crackheads, you got these motherfucking streetwalkers, and then you got these motherfuckers with the 2-3 rugrats along with the baby daddies, and then you looking at a fat ass, you ain't even looking at the kids, right? I know I don't went off subject, but I'm just telling you, when I say I don't put nothing past nobody, this is what the fuck I be talking about, right? 9 times out of 10, that daughter had her own mama kidnapped. And then just like I say, y'all can take this how the fuck y'all want to take it. But like I say, I don't put nothing past nobody. But I tell you one person that I wouldn't put like this. It's 3 people, far as like women go. One of them is still living, right? That I would not fuck with if the other two, right, which make all three of them would be living, right? I would not fuck, but the other two, if they were still here, I would not fuck with one of them. The first one is my mother, Ella Jean Remy, aka Chicken, right? Anytime when she comes after you, or she didn't come after me, but anytime when, put like this, anytime when a mother comes after their child with a belt in one hand and pistol in the other, yeah, that's somebody you don't fuck with. The second one, Lula Watson, aka Sitting Bull. At least that's what my mom and most of the family used to call her, right? She always kept that damn 38 in arm's reach, right? And then she kept that, and she was like well in her 80s, right? And for the most part, from what I hear, she was still a damn good shot. Last but not least is my mother-in-law, Miss Joanne Clayton. Y'all can try it if you want to. Y'all can try it if you want to, right? You know, and so again, right, you know, it's just for the simple fact, right? Teach your parents how to protect themselves if they already don't know how to do that, right? So with that being said, hey, y'all already know who I am. Y'all already know what to do. I'm going to holler at y'all. What's up?
What up?